Hello, folks. We're doing some more of the Pale Beyond tonight, as I said I would in my previous video. And I'm really excited to get into it. It's heating up. I'm assuming we're gonna get into some pretty cool gameplay very soon. If I can just navigate onto here. Alright. Because we have to go survive in the Arctic. Templeton slips in through the door. Shaw. What is it, Templeton? Hunt is still missing. Rufus Hunt is missing. Okay. And he isn't alone in that regard. Sanders, Sparrow, and Gren are also unaccounted for. You know, I did not... Oh, God. As is a sizable food and fuel supply and one of the larger lifeboats. Sure, you and I are not naive. It seems quite clear what has happened here. Well, yes, but why would Hunt abandon us? That is a question I cannot answer. I doubt we'll ever know at this stage. The former captain is no longer with us. You understand what that means, Shaw? That would be Captain Shaw now, I take it. Not quite yet. A new captain must be selected by the crew. As first mate, you have the most clear argument to take that role. And how do I argue for that role? Your presence in the face of Hunt's absence is an argument in itself. They will hold a vote as soon as possible. That carpenter, grimly, he is still loyal to Hunt, and many of the sailors will follow his vote, if not all. Though I can assure you, you have the vote of myself and my scientists. Kurt and his crew are like to support you as well. I am unsure where the engineers will side. They're likely loyal to their pay. John is still recovering from their steam burns, which may end up working to our favor. And the civilians are a mystery. But I believe when all is said and done, you will just about make the vote. Just about? My only competition could be dead, for all we know. Loyalty runs deep among this lot. They're waiting outside, Shaw. They're scared. They don't know where to turn. You and I both understand the importance of maintaining decorum. Though times seem dire, remember, there is a rescue ship on the way. Even if the temperance fails, we still have a potential escape. 35 weeks. The ship will arrive at Viscount Island in 35 weeks from now. We should focus on surviving that long. That is all we need to do, Captain. How can we be certain that the rescue ship will come? I can assure it. Our benefactor will ensure it. Another 35 weeks, Captain. Keep it in mind. Here, you should have this. Templeton presents you with a fancy-looking hat. Hunt's hat. He left it behind in his cabin. That tells us what we need, doesn't it? I guess I'll take the hat. The commotion outside grows. I choose to willfully observe reality. I suggest you do the same, Captain. The scientist refrains for a moment. Out with it, Templeton. I think it's best we declare that the captain and the missing crew are dead. There's no need for us to complicate things any further. I won't lie to them, Templeton. Leaders lie. Get used to it. The crew are waiting for you on deck. Oh, I love this game, but it's so much pressure. I feel like I have to make the right decisions, or else it's all gonna go south. Which, I mean, is probably the point. All right, let's see what Hunt's got around. The last place you saw Captain Hunt. There's still drops of whiskey, frozen. Hunt's ledger is gone. He took the ledger? Interesting. All right, the crew is on the deck. Here we go. The hushed voices become more distinct as you make your way back out into the open air. You notice the absence of John. The crew members notice you and stop. Their attention ripples across the deck. Attention! It should be clear by now that Captain Hunt is no longer serving his post. As such, we should vote in the new captain. I nominate Officer Shaw for the role, the clear choice, as first mate. And what of Hunt? I do not see him among us, do you? Don't see a body either. He's still out there. We don't know what happened. Something we can discover. For now, someone has to take the reins of command. All in favor of Officer Shaw. John will abstain. Mr. Templeton for me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Huh. Ah. Kosh is gonna have my back, right? Yeah. Oh my god, that's scary. You have been confirmed as the captain of the expedition. Well, the ayes have it. Shaw shall be acting captain from this point forward. Acting in Captain Hunt's stead. The crowd looks to you expectantly as Templeton gives you a knowing nod. A moment passes in the cold as they await your next words, curious murmurings scattering between the crew. To those who don't know me, I'm Robin Shaw. As they look to you, it's not long before the obvious question spills from a crew member's mouth. Where is Captain Hunt? That wasn't York's voice. Where's Captain Hunt? Sure. Captain Hunt abandoned us. You notice Templeton's eyes widen. Whispers begin to roll throughout the crowd. To what end? I can't say. Silence hangs in the air. I know you're all scared. To be honest, I'm scared too. The crowd begins to bubble up once more, with more and more questions coming to the surface. Members of the crew start speaking out one by one, with a question thrown your way in quick succession. How are we supposed to survive out here? Is help coming? What about our pay? Will we still be paid? We'll have to rely on each other out here. Everyone will have a role to play. We were all brought onto this crew for a reason. Time to exercise those skills. I would like the head of each station to report to me going forward. That is all. What of those lost, Captain? A memorial service will be held once the ship is freed from the ice. Understood. Well, you heard the captain. Get to it. The crowd dissipates, returning to their roles aboard the ship. You pass Templeton. He glares at you. I told you. I won't lie to them. If we can't be honest with each other, what chance do we have? I hope you're right. He looks up at your new hat. Suits you. Okay. I feel like that went decently. Templeton's a little mad at us, but I can see the things that we're gonna have to balance going forward. Just hope I can do that. Sure. Oh wait, you're Kurt. Or should I say Captain Shaw? That Hunt. He didn't seem the type to just leave his crew behind. Still, no good dwelling. I have confidence you'll take up the mantle well. The crew are counting on me. I don't intend to disappoint. That's the spirit. We need some optimism at a time like this. If the captain has faith, so too will the crew. Alright. That's good. That's good. Yo! I can pet the dogs. Can I just, like, keep going? This is so good. I think it's gonna start looping back soon. Okay, yeah, it did. I suppose congratulations are in order. I would hope you're prepared for the task at hand, Captain Shaw. Don't worry. I understand the responsibility. You are confident, but we will see. None really understand responsibility until we are handed it. Okay. Alright, good talking with you, Cordell. Let's see, are there any notes for me in my chambers? My old cabin? Nope. Alright. Let's see what's happening below decks. I wonder, I'm assuming... Okay. So we still get supplies from here. Okay, so there's going to be flood water down there. Crew need feed for the week. We do. I'll have to feed the hoosh pot at some point. I'm not sure why everyone's sleeping in their beds. Seeing as how... Yeah, I'm assuming it's important for me to, like, go into these rooms and just make sure that I'm getting all the resources I can. Captain now, are ye? As long as you aren't in my way any more than Hunt was, I'm happy. Why did you abstain during the vote? Job needs doing. Whether it's you or Hunt doing it, I don't care. As long as we aren't freezing to death, that's all that matters to me. Sure. Sure. Okay, there's a film developing room. Alright. So I've gathered the resources that I can. Oh, whoops. At least for now. I'm assuming that the ship will also run out of resources at some point, so I'm not sure like how much sense it makes for me to do all of that. Hello, Templeton. There should be no hesitation, Shaw. You are the captain now, and you must carry that authority instantly. It's best that we carry out the daily routine as normal, show that you are capable in the role. We should take the day's request immediately before seeing to our resources. Oops. You're right. You saw the duties of the captain firsthand while serving Hunt. You're acting captain now. It's time you take up that mantle. A line is already forming at the door. No surprise, given the circumstances. Take them as you may, Captain. Captain, I've brought the kennel master with me. This is something you both want to hear. I have a strong suspicion on what this matter is. I was planning to speak with the captain on it myself. Fortunate happenstance, then. Captain, I know these conditions well. I've seen them before. Any idea of the Temperance being freed of the ice anytime soon is a pipe dream. We need to press on. We need to become aware of our new environment. Trust me, Captain, we will be living off it for quite some time. So you're suggesting we live off the ice? I'm not suggesting it. I'm pointing out a necessity. The dog sleds will need to be exercised regularly. And there's no better way than to engage in hunting. We're quite lucky, despite the circumstances. Now is the peak time for hunting and navigation. Traversing the ice may be a possibility in the future. We need to be prepared for that. If we're to survive out here, we need to know what lies ahead. These are uncharted territories, Captain. We have no idea where we are. Your current rations are not set to last forever, either. Send any hunting party to me, as you please. My dogs and I will ensure their survival. Cordell exits. The same sentiment to myself, and any scouting teams. If you wish the great unknowns to be braved and charted, I'm your man. We need to know what lies ahead. Keep looking forward. Okay. Saving that boiler was only the start of our troubles. Have you seen the state of this bloody ship? It has certainly seen better days. She's bleeding in the lower decks. I believe the older stoke is attempting to rectify that. We need to stockpile as much fuel as we can. If the furnace runs out by the end of the week, we die. If we spend too long on the ship, we die. If we don't stockpile enough fuel for the winter, we die. Aye. Get me some coal, get it in the furnace. I'm afraid he's not wrong. That coal bunker is our only source of fuel for the time being. Until we can procure alternatives, we should assign crew to shoveling whenever possible. Okay. Sure. The ice looks unbudging, doesn't it? It would seem that way, yes. Crew seems to think so. They think if we don't intervene, the Temperance will never get freed. If you're suggesting breaking the ice, I can assure you that won't work. I'm not. They are. No intervention is going to break up the ice enough to free this ship. Putting others to work on that is simply a waste of manpower. Maybe. They're scared though. Worried. They just want to feel like they tried something. Oh, my position as captain is perilous. Templeton's right. We cannot waste crew on a pointless task. Understood. Best not to sell false hope. It only leads to more disappointment in the future. I'll see you for dinner, Shaw. Don't forget the hoosh pot needs fed. Okay. Alright, I am gonna have to keep in mind at some point the necessity for feeding or keeping our decorum up, because that is important. Before dinner, you should see to sending out our first sledding team. I also believe it's time you gave our good doctor a visit. We'll still have wounded from the night of the Aurora. Their wounds will need attended to before they're fit to work. And I doubt I need to remind you of this, but we need every hand available. Don't be afraid of assigning my team for some manual labor. They'll complain, but they'll work. Alright. Have I even met the rest of his team? You did seem familiar. I finally placed you. You have you? Yes, I remember seeing you compete. Soren Killpiper. You were quite the gymnast. I'm surprised to see you in this line of work. Not too many gymnasts carry long careers. You did quite well when I saw you at the Summer Games. I recall you placed. I don't recall winning. Alright. Don't have any fish for the dogs. I can always just like pet the dogs all day and never die. That could be fun too. Alright. Let's see. Grips. Robin Shaw. Recognize that name somewhere. Royal Admiralty, right? You've heard of me? Yes, I have. I think we served on some of the same ships. You probably wouldn't have seen me, though. Didn't get much time out of the engineering room. Good to know the new captain has some experience. Indeed it is. Alright, Doctor. Oh, this guy. You entered the ship's infirmary. Your presence seems to startle the young man inside. The rattle of dropped forceps ringing through the room. Oh, goodness, it's you. Captain now, isn't it? Captain Robin Shaw. It is good to meet you. Dr. Arthur, Nutley. Dr. Nutley. Dr. Arthur Nutley, that's it. Are you having a spot of bother, Nutley? What? Bother? No. I suppose I seem a little scatterbrained at the moment. It isn't the norm. Recent circumstances have been trying. And the inclination towards seasickness is no help. John. The steam burns they suffered from the furnace are severe. If you let me take a look, I can do my best to alleviate their pain. Is there nothing more you can do? I should have went with the second option. Oh god. Alright. I'm trying. I wish there was, but there is no cure for these kinds of injuries. I'm afraid this is the extent. At this point, all we can do is wait. Nutley lets out a nervous cough. Captain Hunt, do you think he may still be out there? There's a chance, however slim. Right. Perhaps we'll run into him again. No, that's ridiculous. Never mind. Apologies, I'm rambling. I suppose you wanted an update on the crew. Have you had time to look at them? Time enough. Mostly scrapes and scuffs. As for the dogs, you're better asking, well, the kennel master. That's fine. I wouldn't expect you to be a veterinarian. Yes. Good. Please don't. I haven't taken well to the docks. I'm unsure how to carry myself amidst most people, and animals are quicker to judge. And Cordell herself is harsher still. But you can rely on me for any human medical issues. Nutley pauses for a moment. Is everything, good? I mean, is someone coming to rescue us? I won't lie. We're in a difficult situation here. I'm going to need your help. Yes. Then you can count on my help. Nutley keeps his head low. Is there anything I can do for the crew? Okay. Okay. That was decent. I'll return. Well. Okay. So I can stick you in here. And I wait, what? Hello? So I need to assign all 3 scientists to one. Okay. I'm gonna go down here. And put some people on getting food. Here. Mr. Ward. Oh, I can just click on these guys. You can do that. You can do that. Oil to Junior. Okay, you can do that. And then I still have 3 left over for getting coal from the lower decks. And then I can also wait. What? Oh, okay. These guys are missing. Okay. Yep. These 3 can grab some coal. And then wait, can I put anyone in here? Okay. Yep, getting up to 91. I don't want to go over with my fuel, I don't think. Best make use of the kitchen while we can. Let's get some stuff in the hoosh pod. Sure, might as well get all of our rations in there. Kasha. Officer, Captain Shaw. I suppose I should get used to calling you that. I was asking the crew if anyone had seen Hunt or any of the deserters last night. Not a single soul. I know the man knows this ship well, but that seems odd. Do you think the crew could be lying? I wouldn't accuse anyone of that. But it is very unlikely that he wasn't seen by anyone. I suppose the boiler troubles caused a great deal of distraction. I guess that's fair. All right, let's get some dinner. Oh. Yep. Right you are. Where do I go to send out a sledding team? To go out here? Yeah, I'd have to scout, I imagine. Okay. Okay, these guys are all landborn. And I'm assuming I just want to send out scouts as well. Alright. Wait, what just happened? What is this? Okay. Alright. I'm hoping that that's good enough for what I've done. The crew have their meal, although I do have 2 unassigned sailors, which isn't good. Ha! Shall we give a toast to our new captain? Yeah, yeah. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. Evening, Joel. I'm proud of what I've been able to cook up for the crew lately, considering the rations. Though I do wish I had something better to work with. I'd kill for a good beefsteak. You do excellent work, Junior. You have a knack for this. Killing it. Up and told. Hunt would say he couldn't eat a bite that wasn't prepared by me anymore. I can keep speaking to you? I should hit the hay. Oh well, hammock. Guess there's hay in there. And I imagine you, yeah, repeat the same thing. Okay. So tired. You'll get used to it, lad. It's far too much work. Thought you wanted the work. If I can do it with one arm, you can do it. You're always saying that, Dad. How's it going, Grimly? Did you need me for something? The crew seems to like you. I wondered if you had any advice for staying on their good side. Junior's better with people. I don't know. Be good to them. That's all it takes. He stares at you before nodding to his hammock. Alright. Looks like we'll be trapped here for a while. I don't like the ship's chances either. Will be some time before we see home. Shit, I'm going to die of boredom out here before the cold takes me. You'll manage, I'm sure. Alright. I just want to go around and, make sure I'm talking to everyone to try and curry favor with them. Bloody cold, isn't it, Captain? Don't know how you spend your time away from the furnace. It would be even colder without your hard work, Hammond. I know. Can't tend to the furnace if I'm yabbing to you. Not. Okay. Yeah, I think this is going to be a game of maintaining my position, maintaining the happiness of the crew. Oh, there's Kasha. Good evening, Captain. I was growing used to sleeping on a moving ship before we became trapped in the ice, you know. Now I think I won't have a good night's sleep until we return to land. You'll grow used to it. What? Goodness, I hope not. I can't imagine much worse than this becoming the norm. Apart from the friendly company, of course, Captain. I need to finish developing these. Thanks for stopping by, though. Okay, that's not good. My next interaction with her needs to be decent. I wish, can I check out like the loyalties? Oh, I do have the engineers that I can put on tasks. So I should have sent the engineers out on the hunting trips. Yeah. Oh well, that's on me. Awfully loud, aren't they? I don't mind it all that much. They've worked hard all day. They're owed their leisure. Those sailors ought to remember we all need our sleep. Hello, Kurt. Evening, Shaw. Cold one, isn't it? I used to think I was growing used to the cold. But as the years have gone on, the elements have only grown harsher on the body. I'm sure you can handle it, Kurt. And you'd be right. I can still complain every now and then. Just flatter all the crewmates. Easy. Good evening, Captain. It will be some time before we see rescue. Perhaps you should be endearing yourself to your crew. For now, I'd like to learn more of you. You needn't do that. I would prefer to continue with our work. Fostering personal relationships is not a concern. I must retire for the evening. I'll see you for the morning's requests. Oh god. How's Templeton doing in his loyalties? He'd be in specialists, right? Yeah, he would be. Still loyal to me, but it's creeping down. Oh, Arthur's like right on the edge. Kurt, my main man. Oh, Clive's almost there. Okay. Good on that. Oh, and these guys all have... Okay, I understand how it works now. So I'm gonna need to, I wonder if I can talk to Nutley again. Good evening, Captain. Was there something you needed? If you need the latest medical report, I'll have it prepared soon. How have you been handling your nerves lately, Doctor? Are you kidding? Oh, that, well, I'm trying to maintain composure, but, well, anxieties are hard to avoid given the circumstances. Okay, so he doesn't like being inquired about his health, I suppose. Captain Shaw, I presume you're here to see the dogs. Yes, how are they faring? They have already acclimatized, though recently they've been exhausted and in need of rest. It's no surprise how conditions keep changing. They grow used to one state before being thrust into another. One refuses to eat and has been losing weight rapidly. I assume the change in scenery has affected it. They need their rest, just as any person. They tend to be more reliable, however. You'll have to rely on people to man the sleds. There's only one of you after all. I understand that well, but it is an annoyance to teach your crew how to handle the pack. Captain Shaw, you recall my conditions with Hunt, do you not? Like it was yesterday. My demand was that I work here, with the dogs. Your people may help with the sleds, but they are not my responsibility. They are not my people. I am holding up my promise with Hunt. I do not intend to join your crew. The dog beside her barks. How long have you been raising dogs? A long time, Shaw. I've raised this pack since they were not but pups, and a generation before them. She goes quiet for a moment, petting Stanberry, collecting her thoughts. I wasn't exactly in the financial position to pass on Hunts. but I had no intention on leaving all of them out here without me. The dog arfs happily as you ruffle its ears. The animal looks at you. You plant the hat on their head. They become excited. Before tearing the hat to pieces. Oh, God. Oh, I'm making so many mistakes. It's okay. We can always replay it this week. Maybe. If it comes to that. Oh, this is so much. Like, I feel like I need to... I definitely don't want to go down to half rations. That would be bad. Can't have my crew getting sick quite yet. Hello? There we go. Hey, 2 Johns. Let's go. Folks returned back from the hunting trip with some penguins. Get all our dogs back. Our game is saved. Alright. The requests. And then we're gonna start schmoozing. Kasha. Good day, Captain. Well, as good as it can be under the circumstances. Good day to you as well, Kasha. Yes. Well, I'll be sure to spare you any more obligatory small talk from here. In truth, there's something I've been meaning to ask of you. It's a matter I brought up with Captain Hunt, though he was less receptive. I'm not merely interested in the story of this expedition. I'm interested in the story of the people on this expedition. When the crew have the downtime, I would request that I be allowed to conduct interviews with them. I would like to know more about them. Maybe learn about what happened to Hunt. I see no issue there. Conduct an interview as you please. Thank you, Captain. You won't regret it. I'll mark anything useful I discover in the crew manifest. Send them to the Red Room on the lower deck when you can. Okay. Those are just if I have free crew around. Word around the crew is that we might end up having to move to the ice. If we can't free the Temperance, anyway. Would be wise to gather what we want to take off ship with us if we do. Indeed, we'll need to prepare for what could be the inevitable. Aye. Most of the tools are in the lower deck storerooms. The metal doors need some work to open, but it's worth what's inside. Okay. Mr. Gloss. Captain Shaw, Mr. Templeton. It would appear that some of the crew have taken an interest in the transmission radios we have on hand. It is likely many of their first time seeing this technology. And they have odd ideas of what they're capable of. They believe another ship may pick us up if we monitor them. Ridiculous. They do not have range to pick up another, not out here. I said as much, but Mr. Turner was adamant we spend the night monitoring them regardless. He even sent me to run the concept by you, Captain. It's worth the attempt, even if it's just to assure the crew. Yeah. Oh, I have to put all of you on here? I know, Templeton. It won't work, but at least this way the crew will be certain. Yes. Otherwise, they will ponder the alternative until we have all frozen. That was a calculated decision to keep up decorum. Although, I need to stop losing loyalty with Templeton. It's not a good look. So we should have more food now. The question persists as to how long the Temperance can hold. Will we be able to wait out the ice? There's no change by next week. Abandoning the ship may be considered. Okay. Feel that there. Nothing better than a cold wind to keep you awake. You're an old duck, York III. How many hours of sleep do you get a night? Well, on second thought, better not hearing it. I already know it isn't enough. Alright, Doctor. Is there anything I can do for the crew? Not yet. I don't think. Grab some tin food. So what's interesting is that so what does this do for me? I'm assuming he gets food out of the store. Okay, so this is all stuff that we can take with us if we need to leave. Alright, let's feed the hoosh pot. Penguins are not a very good food source, it looks like. Maybe it doesn't make sense to use them all right away. If that's the case. What else is down here that it wants me to do? Anyone free for an interview and a report? Alright. Let's call the crew to dinner. They have their meal. The dinner is shared. The crew return to the posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. Alright, Junior. Evening. Before we took off, Grimley and I stopped into a greasy spoon in the city. Their sausage and eggs was perfect. Best I've ever had. Now I'm trying to remember its damn name. It's left my head. It was likely by the docks. Just look around once we return. You'll find it. If it's still there when we return. Who knows when we'll be back? They could have been closed down or fired their chief by then. Bah! I should hit the hay. Oh well, hammock. Guess there's hay in there. It's getting harder to play. The cold makes the fingers stiff. Have you tried playing closer to the furnace? Not the same. Besides, Hammond would just throw the accordion in. Okay. You're pretty old, aren't you? Good eye, lad. Better than mine. Why are you still working? You should be at home with your family. Don't have one. Do you not have any children? I might do. Don't know any, though. More of the same tonight. We'll have to get used to it. Not much you can do with the ice. We'll figure out something to do, won't we? We'll have to. Okay. So I think right now we have a decent amount of food. So I'm going to assign people here. I'm going to stick the engineers in the engineer's hold. You and Dick charge into the room. With the water flooding in from behind, you have time to grab 2 items. Digging tools. Just camp upgrade. Engineering tools. Or 2 stacks of cold. Alright. The room has flooded with freezing water. Oof. That's not good. Okay. General storage hold. Let's do it, Runsta. No, that's not bad. That seems really good. I probably don't want the spoiled tin food. I think I'll take the camping upgrade and the timber. Ouch. I know, bud. We're gonna raise the heat, I think. All the scientists are currently assigned. Alright. Another engineer then. You and Grips charge into the room. With the water flooding in from behind, you have time to grab 2 items. Ooh, we can get to cure people of scurvy. That's pretty good. Medical comforts aren't bad. That's gotta be good. +10 key story items. Every 10 research brought home will be proof of success to your employer. Definitely want the medical tools. Oh, I feel like I want the medical comforts. Like, the lemons are good. There's 4 of them. Grab the research. More decorum. Lets me, Alright. Let's get some weapons. Feels like the camp upgrades are going to be just so good if we get to where they're going to be good. Interesting. Again, I feel like I don't want the tinned food. Well, not the spoiled ones. Here, I'll take the normal tinned food. And the spice. Okay, so then I can assign crew to the water pumps. And get stuff out. How's it going, Hammond? You ever get the feeling you're being watched, Shaw? Couldn't shake the feeling there was a pair of eyes on me while I was working here. I don't, like... I feel like disagreeing has brought me bad luck so far. But also, like, this surely comes across as sarcasm, right? The isolation might be getting to you, Hammond. Yes. Aye, probably. All the more reason to get off this bloody block. Not going to rest anytime soon, are we? No. Could have used more hands. Hammond is worth 5 men, but even then... Okay. Coal goes in, we stay alive. Really is that simple. So if I do this... Oh, this is not good. Alright. Make sure the furnace is fed. Can't tend to the furnace if I'm yabbing to ya. Yeah, alright. It feels like some of my decisions are starting to snowball, which is never good. Let's go talk to Kasha. Captain, on evenings like this, my good friend Caroline and I would often play chess by the fireside. It makes me wish I had brought a board with me. It would have made for some light entertainment. A shame you didn't. I'd have enjoyed a game myself. Indeed, well, we can't turn back time, can we? We'll just have to make do with what we have. Perhaps Mr. Templeton brought something along. He seems the jigsaw puzzle sort. That he does. Alright. Nope. Let's listen in. You know, as far as rations go, this is good. Junior sure knows how to prepare dinner, doesn't he? He's too good for a ship like this. Yeah, I feel like the voices are all beginning to bleed together, which is kind of a shame. Alright, Templeton. Let's chat. Let's have some nice talks. Captain, if you find yourself stricken with boredom, I do have a book I would recommend. A textbook on different classes of wildflowers. The topic is more interesting than it may seem, I assure you. I would enjoy that, Templeton. Oh, thank God. I will be sure to bring it to you when I have the chance, then. Yep, gotta keep his loyalty. Let's go talk to Nutley. Captain, is there anything you miss from home? I don't mean anything important. I'm sure there are people you miss. I mean, small comforts. Does warmth qualify as a small comfort? Well, you certainly aren't alone there. I doubt I'll ever grow used to the cold. Personally, I miss tea. I would drink a cup every morning and right before sleep. I didn't think I would miss such a simple habit so much. Okay. Can you cure frozen people? No. I wish you could do some physical labor, sir. But it looks like not. Let's go talk to Kurt. Evening, Shaw. I've been thinking about our pay once we return to land lately. Ha! Don't mistake me for the avaricious sort, but I do have expenses to pay. Before we departed, I received a letter from one of my daughters, asking to cover the cost of her stage school. It would be a shame to promise a luxury only to retract it, don't you think? I wasn't aware you had a daughter, Kurt. Two, in fact. Both with the first wife. Alright. Make no promises on the money. Listen to what these guys are saying. Yes. At least we can. Oh, Templeton's up here. Captain, a word. I felt now as good a time as any to review the wording in our contracts. You do remember what was written in your contract? Of course I do. Consider Article 3, and I quote, "The member of the staff shall throughout the period of such expediency obey all commands of the captain, and shall use his best endeavors to promote the success of the same. And in the event of anything happening to the captain, shall obey all commands of any member of the staff who shall be appointed by the captain in writing before his death, it being understood that the rest of the staff shall hold the same relation towards any member of the staff so appointed as towards the captain, as appointed by the captain in writing before his death." What are you trying to say? The vote we held settled what is only a temporary arrangement in the eyes of the law. Even then, you only made it through by a hair. Unless you somehow managed to wrestle a written transfer of captaincy from Hunt before his departure, in the eyes of the law, you are simply acting in his stead with no legal recourse to call upon. There is a chance Hunt and the deserters are still out there. Should we be reunited, your captaincy will indeed be called into question. The crew are unlikely to choose a deserter over me. I'm still here. You say that, knowing how the previous vote went? Loyalty runs deep. The loyalty of the crew means everything. Get them on your side, Shaw. Keep them on your side. I see. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Templeton. Remember my words, Shaw. I suggest you start with the Stoke brothers. It seems they speak for many of the sailors. Oh, I'm trying. At the bow, you spot Kurt, measuring for any changes in the temperature. Still fast. No signs of any change. He notices you and gives a wave. Doubt we'll be moving any time soon, Captain. Of course, sometimes you never know with the ice. You should get some rest. I'll let you know if anything changes. See that you get some rest yourself. I will. But we have to be alert. In my experience, changes come fast. Take care, Captain. Alright, Cordell. Good evening, Captain. Will this take long? The dogs are fed and rested, however I dislike leaving them alone. You've trained them well. There won't be any issue. That would be my hope, but you can never be certain. The dogs need their rest, as do I, as do you. Love these dogs. Love the dogs. Big fan of the dogs. Okay. Hmm. So it's like percentage-wise, it's more efficient to not put these sailors out. Um, Percentage-wise, it's more efficient to just put one out because it doubles the amount with our pistol that we got. Okay, so the question I'm having is one of food and freezing. Here. Wait, is this... I thought that was where the pumps were. Maybe I have to do that tomorrow. With the pumps. I already talked to you. Oh, what? I can't even go in here? That's weird. Okay. So I can get into the coal bunker. Yeah, so... What... Oh, sorry about that. What that means I want to do, I think, is send people out hunting. I mean, let's just like make sure that you don't die, I guess. Sure. We're gonna send all these folks out here, and I'm gonna scout. I wonder... Okay, I have to send the scientists to research. And let's scout again. More penguins. And let's scout one more time. Okay. And then the last remain... Nope. Don't want to go forward to next week yet. Because the last remaining crewmate will, of course, be grabbing some coal. Whoop. There you go. And that's all we got. They get to work indeed. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still loving this game, really. I think it's just really cool. The art style is sweet. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited to see how long I last, I guess. I'm worried that my crew is freezing, but I'm optimistic about the long-term plans that we got. So if I allocate, let's see. I think I have enough fuel rations to spare to just like make sure that we I don't know. I feel like there's a sense in which I'm missing out on some decorum that I can get. Because it's probably not plus 13, you know? It's probably plus 20 or something. So I want to save using that fuel until when it gets the most effect. So I think I'm just going to do that. Have 2 of my crew members cured. Killing it grips. Killing it runts da. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, we got a lot of seals, which I think are medium. Yep, -5 to corn. I gotcha. Whoa. Templeton, Kurt, Cordell, and Hammond stand inside, the beginnings of a meeting. Well, Captain, it's been 3 weeks. Kurt tells me there's still no change in the ice. None. And best I can estimate, what change we will see won't free the ship. I predict the Temperance is more likely to be crushed under the pressure of the ice. And how long will that take? A few weeks at most. Unfortunately, we may have to look at alternatives rather than waiting for the ice to break up. Such as? Leaving the Temperance and making camp on the ice is something we will have to consider. The longer we stay on the ship, the more fuel we're having to burn. Not to mention risking another boiler incident. Yes, that matter almost cost lives. Heating a smaller camp burns through much less oil. And without enough fuel to survive a winter, we're dead. Don't think I need to tell you that. I would not be quite so quick to pack up and move out just yet. And why is that? The ship is shelter. The ship is safety. Currently, there are quite a few hunting opportunities presented to us. We will need to gather more food if we are to survive, and the ship provides a safe area to hunt from. Right. And most of the crew aren't ready to give up either. They're stubborn, just as any good crew should be. I'd rather not play into stubbornness when lives are on the line. He has a point. Curry thinks we gave up too early. They'll resent the captain for it. Though we now have a serious bloody flooding problem. We do? Aye, you might have noticed if you'd left your damn forecastle. It is safer to take the time to gather what we need before we leave, rather than raid the ship once we make ice. Well, the answer lies with the captain. Should we move off this ship this week? Okay, so I think we can stay on the ship one more week. Very well. When we remove the boiler from the furnace, that is when we make our move. When you feel we're ready to go, just go to the boiler room and give the order. Alright, let's take some requests. That's a lot of requests. Captain, we tried to use the radios to pick up any signals every evening for the past week. Nothing, I take it. Afraid not. As we expected. Have to say, though, I expected a worse reaction from the sailors. I suppose there's a relief in trying a method and knowing it to be unsuccessful. Now they can move on to the next venture with little reservation. They are resourceful people, I must say. Well, I suppose anything that puts the crew's mind at ease is worth doing. Thank you, Mr. Glossley. You, sir, did not think that way. Yesterday, I lost loyalty with you because of it. Captain, my dogs appear to be struggling in the on-deck kennels. They require a more secure form of shelter from the environment. Dogloos, I believe they're called. Yes, I will require some hands to work on constructing them. It is for the health and safety of the pack. I'll put some of the crew to work on it. Thank you. We must focus on keeping the dogs safe. Without them, the crew stands little chance of safety themselves. Hello, Tucker. Most was damaged when the ship was being tossed a while back, Captain. Best get someone to fix it before the Temperance is freed. Freed? Aye, the ship could come loose at any moment. Heading up to repair the mast is a dangerous task. We don't even know if the ship will sail if the ice clears. Would be worth it, though. Someone could get injured. I'd rather avoid that. Suit yourself, then. Didn't lose any loyalty with Tucker. That's good. I was summoned by Mr. Templeton. Yes, Mr. Isaac. This is regarding your personal item. What do you mean? I felt it pertinent to let the captain know that you are carrying a weapon. Why did you bring a gun with you on an expedition, Isaac? Personal safety, of course. Perhaps this is my unfamiliarity with expeditions, but I was surprised others did not bring an item to protect themselves. Many of the crew cannot afford such an item to themselves. Captain, it is up to you on what to do with this revolver. With all due respect, this is my personal item, Captain. It is the captain's right to requisition any weapons on the ship. That includes your own. That weapon will be more useful in the hands of Cordell for the hunts. Very well, Captain. I understand. We would do well to avoid creating an imbalance of power among the crew. I doubt the sailors would take too kindly to such a thing. Okay, so I think I'm probably going to send both of the scientists to get undemoralized. Sure. There's a rumor going around amongst the crew. They're saying the ship is haunted by the ghost of Captain Hunt. What ridiculous tripe. Aye. Thought you'd want to put a stop to it. Absolutely. We can't allow rumors like that to run rampant. Aye. Crew won't be best pleased you're stopping their stories. It's better than allowing fear and superstition to run wild. Aye. Okay. Alright. So I'm gonna send some folks down to Kasha. So I stop losing decorum. Because we're probably gonna take a big hit in decorum when we have to leave the ship. Which, there's no way that the ship is staying on the ice. Head to the boiler when you wish to abandon ship. I suggest we do sooner rather than later. I agree, Templeton. Oh, what's out here? The dog loos. Okay, you have frostbite. I want to go cure that because frostbite sucks. Yeah, this is going to be a curing time for me. Keep it lit, Captain. Okay, so that cures crew of freezing. And the doctor's gonna cure the crew of frostbite. Okay, sure. I do want to cook up medical comforts. Before it's too late. Let's see. If I have extra crew around, wait, those are spoiled rations now? Oh, that's not good. How much do you give? +6, +6? Best make use of the kitchen while we can, indeed. Did I already get charcoal? Okay. Alright. Let's see. Let's feed the hoosh pot. Yes, yes, yes. Spice crates, they aren't doing me much good right now, but hopefully they'll kick in soon. Let's see. Let's check out the resource cards. I don't think that we need... Okay, it's fine. I mean, that doesn't matter. I didn't want to hit that yet, but... And I swear, when that hook came swinging, Captain Hunt had to pull me down. This was 6 years ago? I had no clue what I was doing. Both of us nearly lost an eye that day. Same expedition, Ward lost his arm. Half the time, I don't think Hunt knew what he was doing either. I'm sure he did. He seemed a good captain. Aye, he is. Served us well, no doubt. Did you need something? I wanted to commend you both for keeping spirits high. Well, it's still business as usual. I can still cook up a good meal. Nothing has changed there. Worried about the vote, are ye? Oh, is that it, Shaw? I don't care about that. I am genuinely checking in. Are you now? Alright, let's leave it at that, Grimley. Nice of you to check in, Shaw. But I think it's time the crew called it a night. Grimley walks off. Is there an issue I'm not aware of? A word to the wise, Robin. I have nothing against you. But we sure don't know you either. It's going to take more than simple pleasantries to earn Grimley's trust. Yeah, that makes sense. You ever have pancakes, Shaw? Served some for Captain Hunt once, and he started demanding them every time. Can only have them early into a trip, though. Ingredients don't keep that long. I'm sure we can make something similar with what we have. Now that is a challenge. Don't know how that would turn out for us, Shaw. Miss the water. Got used to playing on a rocking ship. Start to feel sick when I'm off too long. I miss it myself. That sense of constant movement. Nothing else like it. Aye, you get it. Don't like stillness. I like feeling like I'm going somewhere. Okay. Oh, yes. I do want to I wonder how my editor will find my report in its finished state. It was a nightmare getting my plague story published. Only the Daily Appeal was willing to pick it up, and they were hardly the most reputable of papers. After your award win, I'm sure any other paper would take you on. That's true, but I don't know if I would accept. The Daily Appeal is far from a perfect newspaper, but they trusted my writings when no other did. Faith like that shouldn't go unrewarded, I think. I agree. Yes. Oh, I can only send one person, but getting these scientists undemoralized would be lovely. Alright. Whoa. Okay. One of Templeton's team tried to talk with me while I was working. They were going on and on about their space or something. Ended up telling them to fuck off. Think they got the message. You have full permission to do so anytime your work is interrupted. Didn't need permission. But I knew you'd understand. Oh, I'm gonna give you something to burn. Alright. Yeah, I think next week we're gonna leave the ship. So we'll probably end off this week for this video. And I think I don't need the ending things. And I would very much like to... Oh, you can only hunt in certain locations? Okay, well, let's put out some scouts. More hunting locations. Okay. Well, these emperor penguins are going to be are going to be better. I wonder... Oh, I can just send a scientist out, huh? And send 2 scientists out. Sure, let's send out some scientists. Get some decorum going on. Still no signs of change, I take it. Afraid not, Templeton. The ice is yet to budge. Moving to the ice looks more and more to be a necessity, as I see it. You may just be right, chum. Your team of scouts must be keeping their focus. We cannot find a way from this pack. The 2 notice you. Ah, Captain. I wouldn't worry about the ice. My team will find a path, I have no doubt. They best. The Temperance certainly won't be moving anytime soon. Ha, you have that right. If only we could all possess your positive demeanor, Mr. Darling. A dour face never pulled anyone from the ice, Mr. Templeton. He is right about that. Alright, Nutley. Oh, I can't. I already talked to you. Okay. Let's go talk to Templeton. Evening, Captain. Have you been reading that textbook? I understand if you do not have the free time. I have been reading. It's quite the interesting topic. Good. I had hoped you would enjoy it. I suppose the topic does provide an escape from the ice as well. Indeed it does, Templeton. Let's go talk to Kurt. It's rather morbid, Shaw, but our last conversation had me wondering about those children of mine. Specifically, I wondered on whether I'd ever see them again. It's not something you should imagine, I know, but that threat always exists on these expeditions. I signed on knowing that. They must be proud to have a famed explorer for a father. You would think. A famed man makes for a busy man. And a busy man makes for an absent man. There are only so many gifts you can send from across the sea, Robin. Yeah, I kind of figure that would not boost my standing here. So I have 3 crew left available right now. And they can either grab more fuel, or you know what? I'll send some of them to work on these dog clues. I thought I would be able to. The building next to my kennels would often play music on a phonograph. I could hear it through the open window. For months on end, I would hear it as I worked. Over time, I had grown used to it. I'm sure one of the crew brought a phonograph. Perhaps you can pick up the habit once more. That is not needed. I would not attempt to impose in such a way. Yeah. That's not ideal. I wanted to be able to go and talk with the dog loose. Okay. I guess I'll get some spoiled rations. Oh, I can't even do that anymore? I have to start making my assignments in the daytime then. Because right now, I think all I can get is coal from my 3 remaining crew members. Because my scientists are out sciencing. I guess I could send people out to hunt if I'm worried about food. Sure, you know what? Those folks will hunt. Gotta love curing the frostbite. No longer demoralized. What? Oh, that's not good. I didn't know that would happen. I didn't know that frostbite was fatal. I guess it makes sense. Oh, God. So I needed to have medical comforts then. Well, 1 death. Oh, that's so bad. We might die out here sooner than expected and have to go back. But until next time, thanks for watching, as always, and have a lovely evening. Do your best out there in the Arctic. Have a nice night.